Hi friends, welcome to Aisha's DIY. Today we will design a necklace using Macrame Bead box subscription for the month of May 2024. And we received this big beads. It's a watermelon color bead. That's what I I feel it. And also the hexagon, the English cut beads in the same color. I think it's a half a strand or so we have got this one and this one. So I figured out a pattern is the big one, the three, the big, the three, just like that. So as long as I had the watermelon beads, which I saved two, I'm gonna save two of these for the earrings, so 4, and the rest is all here. Once I ran out of the hexagon beads, I stopped. I still have the big beads left out, but I stopped it right there. So what I want to do here is we have this links, this pretty links that we got. I want to attach this to this link somehow. So you can tie an overhand knot. Okay, that's totally up to you. You can do that. You can tie an overhand knot, or you can do some macrame to actually attach this to this finding on both sides. I have to add a big bead here, but then if you do this, okay, you can make multiple of this. This will be an interchangeable necklace. You can make multiple of them and then change the center like as day goes by. So some days you can wear this, some days you can make another centrifocal, and then you can change that. So that's what I mean by that. So I strung here. This is Chinese knotting cord, 0.8 millimeter Chinese knotting cord that I am using. I just strung the beads here. That's all I did. I didn't do much. I just burnt the edge, made it a little bit sharp so that it's easy for me to go through the beads, and then I strung those beads. That's all I did. Hi friends, I'm going to connect this with this ring using a barrel knot. So what I'm going to do here is, see this end, just gonna insert it here, okay, and secure this ring kind of with one peg. I'm using a naughty do it all, and the other one I'm just gonna put, I have 2 pegs. I've connected one peg, the ring to one peg, and the cord to another peg. Now I have this, and about, say, I have 5 inches of cord left till the end. So that's what I have here. So what I'm going to do here is, so I'm going to hold this like this. Yes, I'm going to hold this like, this is a needle, a plastic needle. You can use a rod if you want to. Hold it like this, and on top, and then wrap the cord on top of this needle, okay, and see how I crisscross. That one crisscross you need to do, and then gently, like, but loosely, do a couple of wraps. Once you're okay with the number of wraps that you have, actually, you know what, I want to do a little bit more, 6 inches or so that my barrel knot will come nice and big. Okay, I hold, this is my cord, this is the end of my cord, and this is my ring, right? I go through the ring, I hold this needle here, and I start from this side, okay, go on top, okay, once, with the the cord underneath, and also wrapping the needle, and I crisscross once, and then I wrap it around 3 times already. This is 4, this is 5, and that's 6. That's more than enough for me. Now I insert this through the hole in the needle, just like that, on the left hand side. Now if I pull the needle, wiggle, and pull the needle, the cord also comes through it. See how I form the knot? There is difference, a lot of coils in it. I'll just show you guys. So that's all I want. So now I'm gonna straighten the cord by gently arranging these coils. I don't want this coil to, go on top of each other. I want it to stay right next to each other. So I'm just going to adjust this accordingly. If you have a little bit more cord, see how I'm rotating it. So I'm tightening and rotating. That's what I'm doing. If you pull the short cord, that's when you will get the knot tight. You will know once you do a couple of knots, you will be aware of which cord to pull to tighten the knot up. So once you have all the knots nice and secure, can you see how nicely my knots sit? So that's all I want, right? This is a nice and secure knot. Now what you can do is you can cut this cord. Okay, cut this cord and melt it. So I am not going to melt it with the coils around. I'm just going to cut just like that. I'm just going to leave that small tail. Okay, but I will melt it before I leave it, right? I will melt and make a like a nice bulb kind of, right? So that's nice and tight. That's not gonna go anywhere. And if I want, I can add a drop of glue in the knot so that it doesn't come undone. Okay, nicely tighten it. Okay, I just don't want it to get undone, so I'm thinking of probably melting it to the knot as such, but yeah, for now I'm just see how much less I have wasted it. So that's okay. Now I don't need the knotty tool anymore, but you can also do without the knotty tool, the barrel knots. I'll show you guys, but right now I want to concentrate on knotting these. So see this, I really want to melt this close to my knot. Okay, let's do that. Okay, be very careful. Yeah, there we go. Now it's nice and easy, very nice. So I like this. It is nice and secure. It is to the thing, to the finding. So now I go ahead and knot regular hand knotting technique that I'm using, or an overhand knot. This is a hand knotting technique for the overhand knot, but if you want, you can add knots between every single bead. I don't want to do that. I just want to do a knot after the big bead and then after the 3 English cut beads. So the thing is, I used a red cord. You might think it's a pink watermelon color bead. Why am I using a red cord? The reason being it, I don't want it to use like a neon or hot pink cord for this, so I didn't like it, and I want the watermelon color to show more red than the pink, so I chose this color. But you can choose contrast color if you want, whatever you want. So I am adding a knot after the big beads, right? So I'll show you guys a hand knotting technique which I have gone through in my video several times. But you wrap the cord around your fingers, make a crisscross, take the tail end, put it in between the loop that you created between the 3 fingers. I like to do this way. Take it, and if you pull it, this loop will get shorter and shorter, and turn this loop towards the index finger on your right side. Hold everything between your thumb and your index finger and pull the cord. That way you will get the knot where you want it to be. So again, I will show you guys. Wrap it around your fingers, take the tail, put it through the loop, and there you go. Then turn around, hold on to it tight, and then transfer it to your right index finger, hold it and then pull. So there is other ways to do it as well. If you have a tweezers, or with the tweezer nose pliers also you can do it. That way you just make an overhand knot, take your tweezer nose pliers, go through the knot. This is the loop of the knot, right? See, this is the loop of the knot. I go through the knot and then hold where I want the knot to be. Okay, and then pull this cord. Now wiggle, move your tweezer nose out of the loop. Now there is a loop, but it is very loose, as you guys can see. Now you can hold the cord and tighten that knot towards the bead. That also you can do. I'm not very concerned about, because I don't want this to stiffen up and be tight. So this side it is easy to finish this off. The other side it's going to be a little bit difficult because we need to melt it right at the space. So again, hold on. I like the hand knotting technique. I really like it. But if I'm doing with silk thread, that's when I like to use my knotter tool, bead along knotter tool. That's what I use. But you can use the same knotter tool for this project as well. It's totally up to you, but I really like the hand knotting technique because it's simple and easy and it's convenient for me. So there we go. And there we go. So I'm just going to knot just a little bit. So this is going to be an addition to any necklace you have. I mean, you can just add a chain in the back and then call it a day, right? So you can change this. If you add a lobster claw clasp at the end here, you can clasp the lobster claw here, and that way you can change your center part of the necklace quite often. With different colors you can make knotted things. It doesn't have to be long like this. You can make short ones and have it so it's like a lot of options. I will knot and finish knotting and come back. Welcome back. I have knotted up till here, so this is where I'm gonna finish. I have to add one more of the big bead that's there, and after that this barrel knot is what I wanted to put. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna say leave about, let me measure this, about say 9 inches. I don't think so we need that much, but I don't want to take a risk. Maybe 8. Okay, something like that. And I'm gonna take my knotty do towel. We need our clips, and so I will just do it like this. That way it will be much more clear. So I have both of my clips here and also my needle. Okay, so we need to add one more of this big bead. Let's see if I can go through without burning the edges. Yes. Okay, and now I have this which I need to go through. So I'm gonna put this right here. So we want the knot as close, and then we will connect this winding to this peg, and then we have this, right? Actually we can go through from the bottom to the top. Okay, then have this here. So I want I'm gonna have this here. Okay, and then I'm gonna take this and wrap it around like that, crisscross. See that? 2, 3, 4, 5, and yeah, now I put it through the loop in the needle right here. Let me just zoom out a bit so that it's clear, and then pull this through nicely, pull it through. So this is what we have, but we need to be very careful because we want the knot all the way here, not right here. If we pull this, it will be, so we need to move this loop down and then move this loop down all the way like that, and then what, let me just, so we need to pull this all the way down, right? So hold this and let's see which one is, this is the one. So we need to do this. So we need to somehow incorporate this into this. So see, if you can see, this cord comes okay, there we go. Figure out which one you need to pull, right? And then you have to adjust kind of like that. So somehow I figured out which cord it is that comes. So one end of the cord is this, the other end of the cord goes through the loop. I figured that out. That must be the first loop that we crisscrossed on. So if we pull it like this and then, you know, roll this thing again and again and again, and then make this, you can make this place, the cord shorter. That's what I figured it out. So you can just pull it and then make it tight, maybe not very tight, but as I said, see this, so there is two cords, one cord over here, there is two cords, one cord is this one cord is that one. So the thing is, if you pull this, that will get tight, but this space won't go, only this loop will go. So if you want this space to go, you need to pull the other cord, which is the first loop of the barrel knot. So you pull that, then you reduce the space, and then what you do is, again, you manipulate the loops in that barrel knot. That way, see, now it's a little bit less. I need to do that more. So just pull the first loop of that thing. Just be careful, slowly. It takes a lot of practice, but it is, you can manipulate this. As I told you, it will not be very simple to get this look, because it's that way we are not, this is the last, so this is the final one, this is the start. When you do it in the start, you have a whole lot thread that you can manipulate with and then make it tight. But here, so at this point, I just need to pull that. So this is getting tighter, but this is not. So I just need to manipulate this a little bit I should not have made this tight, but that's okay. We can figure it out. If not, you take away all the knot and start from the top, from the first. Maybe if that is easier. But still I have quite a lot of space here than that. So I'm just gonna take it off and redo it again. I'm gonna try to make this knot as close as possible. So I'm keeping the needle on top. Okay, I'm going from here. So one, then I crisscross. So I just take this and put it right here, very close. Okay, and then I do it like this. This is what is easier for me in this direction, and then I crisscross. Okay, so that's like 4 wraps, 5 wraps, and 6 wraps. Okay, and then take mine, insert through this hole of the needle and pull that through. Okay, now take the needle off. This is our knot. So in order to move this knot closer, I would just take this peg off, okay, and just pull this to all the way here and hold it, and now you just pull that. So I want this to be secure in one direction, but let's see. So we want the knot as close to the thing as possible. So I am just moving this, but in order to move that also, I just pull this, but this is making the loop tighter. So I just keep the loop as close as possible to my bead and just pull this and hold on. Now, so the first loop, the very first loop that we added will have that, I think. So I need to find out, there is 2 sides to this loop, right? One side will be this cord, one side will be that cord. So I need to find out which this cord here is extended that side so that I can pull that off. So I just see inside the middle of my loop and find that. Move the loop down, okay, and then try to take a hold of it. See this one is the one which makes it less. See that? You have to pull it all the way down, and then now this has to accommodate in the loop. It's a bit complicated, but I think once you make the knot, you will understand this technique that I'm doing. It's not a big deal. So just pull that and pull this as well. So again, see, now that is reduced. So just again pull that cord in the center. The distance will shorten, okay, and then you can adjust this loops by taking it and rotating to the side away from you. Okay, that way the cord will get adjusted in the loop. Okay, rotate. Yeah, so See, no matter what, I am not tightening the loop right here. So that's what is very important. Do not tighten whatsoever before you have cut all the slack between that. So just make sure you adjust the loop around. Okay, still I haven't tightened the knot yet. Just pull that, pull that, pull that, pull that, pull that, pull that all the way. Now there is a very little slack, so again rotate, 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 rotate the coils around, so that way when you tighten it there won't be any gap. Okay, so if there is gap, all you need to do is move this and bring the loop all the way here. Again move it. Okay, there is a little slack that I really want to cover, but I'm trying my level best. See, if I pull this, the distance is getting reduced, but I want the distance to completely go onto this loop. There must be some other easier way, I guess, right? I know. Maybe I didn't know the easier way, but right now this is working for me, so I just want to stick with it. I have reduced this much distance, so it's no big deal for me. I think I can do it. And by keeping the coils also nice and neat, I don't want the coils to, to mess up. See, I have reduced so much. So just pull that, so pull this all the way down, and pull the last cord that we intersected, actually just a little bit of slack. Okay, and then hold on to it, hold this cord and that one, and then rotate it towards and pull it tight as much as you can. There you go. See, I got it as close as I can humanly possible, I guess. Okay, so I did it. So now all you need to do is take the cord and cut it up. Take your lighter and press it against. Yep, that's done. Wow, that took a long time, but it is worth it. Okay, now I have my connection. Now I need to figure out what I can do with this part. So either you can do a beaded section, or you can do the chain that we received in the box as well, the paper clip chain. You can add that and do a connector. That is also possible. I'm thinking probably I will do that, or else what you can do is you can actually do a beaded chain from here, crimp and then add, or you can do macrame, like whatever you want to do you can add, or you can do like a thicker cord or something, and then finish the ends, and then you can connect it to this as well.